Alright, making some progress here. I'm going to show you what I got. It's kind of back here, we can't see it real good. But I got a shifter on my transmission and it works perfectly. I got a torque converter in here that is from Summit Racing, 1700 to 2000. Stall speed, I think it'll work perfect with this Chevy engine, which has just got basically an RV can. Little Edelbrock manifold. I think it'll work perfectly if not. We'll switch the torque converter out. But we got the rear end off. I'm fixing to get the springs taken off so we can get this part undercoated. You can see about halfway where I am with the Pour 15. So I'm gonna spend a day or two with the buffer and clean that up, paint. This guy shined up. Got new bushings for everything. And I'll show you next time we'll have it put together. Alright, man, I've been wearing out my buffer. Yeah, that's actually the second one I've been through. My wire brushes are worn out. So it's the time to stop and kind of make a little update here. I want to show you the process I do for cleaning this stuff. You just don't start painting it. So this will be the spring, that right there in my shadow. This is the parts for powder coating. I'll have to set up my powder coat and my sandblast tent, and I'm gonna blast all that, clean it up. This rear end I've been buffing on. I about got it cleaned up. Still got a few spots. This is where I stopped right here so you can kind of see the difference, but we'll pull it apart and pull this off and inspect it. Got brakes and wheel cylinders and seals. I'm hoping those bearings are good. If we need to, we'll put new bearings on it. Brakes, got new rubbers for the springs. Looks good. You can see I've been buffing away at it up under here. You can see from the front where I started. And right here's where I stopped, and then this is where I've been buffing. I buffed both the wheel wells out. They were biatch, but I got them. So we're all buffed back to here, and you can see we're coated to there. This will be the last stretch right here where the gas tank goes, and this won't be too bad. That'll kind of suck up in there. There's a little spot I gotta fix right here. It was the only piece of shoddy body work. I'm gonna put a new little panel in there, so we're gonna stop right here for now. But that just shows kind of the work that goes into it. You don't just start painting. There's a lot of work under here, but it's gonna look great here. And I only got about an hour buffing left, maybe, and everything underneath is done. All the dusty, crappy stuff's done, and I get to paint it, man. The fun part. I got the rear end about ready to go back in. It's all shined up. I got new seals in here. New gasket. The gears are good. I have a new breather tube I haven't got put on yet. It's sitting over there. Need to put it on. Inside here was perfect. This bearing is good and the seal's not leaking, so we left it. The rear end seems to work perfectly. Bearings are good. I checked these bearings out and put a new seal in, so it's ready to go. I got a new wheel cylinder for the brakes, new springs. I'm waiting on. I went ahead and got a new brake cable because my old brake cables are okay, but where they sit in here, the seal is kind of messed up, so we got a couple new ones for $30. They'll be here in a day or two, and then I can put the brakes on. I may not do it till I get it all hung up under there anyway. Anyway, I've just about got this all ready to put back together. It's gonna be nice to get the rear end of the gas tank in here. Got to undercoat this back just under the gas tank. That's all the undercoating I've got. I got a little panel repair I'm gonna make here. And then, man, I'm almost done with the bottom. I'm gonna start painting this thing. Alright, I'm gonna last update now. I'm gonna post another video here. Didn't get the rear end on, but I've got this panel welded in. Not bad for a beginner welder in a $99 Harbor Freight welding machine. It's solid. Should fill up. I painted this little test panel. See how it looks on film. That's Eastwood Blue Bayou candy paint with some flake in it. It's looking pretty good. I'm not solid. That's what we're gonna go anyway. What I got? I have to celebrate. Oh, that right there is the last little panel I got to buff and paint, and the underside is done. It's like savoring the ice cream cone, the last little bit. But today I'm gonna finish that, and I'm gonna coat this with POR 15, and then we'll paint it with chassis black. And then I got my exhaust system, and there's a new gas tank. This differential rear end springs are all ready to go in. I got new brakes. I got all the parts. I got subframe connectors up there. So it's fixing. The next video I'll have it. The rear end's gonna be on. It's all together. We'll start putting the engine in and getting it running. But I had to make just a short one. The last little bit of undercoating is done. No more underneath. No more dirt in my eyes.